Hi, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Channel 6 TV Community Focus. I'm Kenny Fogle. Glad you could be with us tonight, and we're going to talk about stuff that we talk about just about every year. Well, it's been going on for about, 24 years now anyway, so I know I've been talking about it for quite a while. We got Bill Shackles here with us. Bill, first of all, thank you for taking the time out of your day to stop in with us.
Well, thanks for having us, Kenny.
I look at this poster here. We talk about Buttermilk Days Festival. I look at this poster. It says from backyard barbecue to big time festival, and that's the part that strikes me, because I do remember when it was a backyard barbecue to some degree, and we'd show up and be 20, 30 people there, and delicious food. Everybody's having a good time, and now this doesn't look anything like a backyard barbecue anymore. What you got going on now?
Well, I tell you, Kenny, this is our 24th year we've been doing this, and now it's about one of the top 3 or 4 festivals that we have here in the county.
Oh yeah, it's one of our signature festivals
as far as attendance wise and the community support and things that go along with that, and we try to have a little bit for everyone. So it's turned out to be a fun weekend.
Now this is the 4th weekend of every August.
The 4th weekend in August.
4th weekend in August. Have this every year.
Want to make that perfectly
clear. I know. I said before we went on here, I said the
right.
last weekend of August. Not always the last. It's the 4th.
Right, because sometimes there's 5 weekends in August.
Exactly.
And people get confused.
Well, we don't want anybody confused, because we don't want anybody miss. But again, it started out again backyard, moved up to town a little bit. Now it's down, sort of. I guess it's settled into its home now.
Well, we're on the 400 block of South 3rd Street, pretty much, and that pretty much takes up the whole 400 block across from St. Monica's there. Of course, a lot of the events that our good friends at City Hall have let us block off the streets there, so we've kind of got the whole street there, because with our vendors on the midway that we have here now, and the big stage that we put in the middle of the street, so to accompany all the different groups and bands that we have here. So we have a pretty big request for entertainers that want to come and perform at our event.
Well, we'll get to your schedule in a minute, but let's talk about those entertainers, because you look at this poster you've got out here. It's dominated by music. I mean, there's some music. We're looking at Daryl Stevens, Andrew Newton, Stoner Road, Chris Bradley and Diggett, Big Black Cadillac, Perfect Fit Band, Positive Movement Band, Unlimited Band. I mean, and Daryl Stevens again down here. But again, music. Well, I mean, it's not going to be too quiet around there.
Well, that's Friday and Saturday. Mm-hmm. We're very fortunate that we have this. On our Thursday night kickoff, we have our homemade wine tasting and big food buffet that we put on every year. That's sponsored by the Kentucky Standard and PLG TV. Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll get Channel 6 to sponsor something next year.
We'll come down. We'll come down and eat part of your buffet.
But that's something we have. It's a homemade wine tasting bragging contest.
Don't drink your wine too.
That's fine. That's a real popular local event. And Friday night, traditionally, we'd had a little kids' night event, but we've kind of changed things around a little bit this year, because we have the big stage. We were fortunate enough, our stage crew people, they allowed us to have the big stage instead of one night. We were fortunate enough to be able to work it out for 2 nights. So I thought that'd be a good idea to showcase some of our local talent that performs here locally all the time. So we've got fortunate to have Andrew Newton, local in Stoner Road. Chris Bradley and his Diggett Band, and the Big Black Cadillac. They're all local favorites that play locally, and they're all excited about performing on stage. So that's going to be a good night.
And Saturday morning, that's sort of I say that's the signature. That's where it all sort of started and sort of just grew out from Saturday morning.
Oh yeah, we have the famous Buttermilk breakfast. It'll be from 7 to 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. It's always a good chance to a lot of the local politicians, and they like to come out and get a chance to meet everybody and stuff. And I'm sure
they wouldn't do that, would they?
They'll be there this year. You can believe that. But that's one of our signature events too. That big breakfast on Saturday morning, and it's sponsored by our good friends at Trim Master Toyota Bushiroad right now, and our Miss Buttermilk pageant, which is in its 10th year, will be hosted by Dee Dee Cox and the Kentucky Pageant Association. They're going to have the event held from toddlers to Mrs. They have big selection. I talked to her today, as a matter of fact, and they've got a record number of entries in in the pageant this year. It's normally been at the Kobeck building on East Muir, but this year they're moving it to Bardstown High School. So that'll be Saturday morning too, starting about 8 o'clock.
The sign is getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, well, we try to have a little bit for everybody. I mean, this is a big community event that's sponsored. We have a great local support from individuals, businesses, companies, corporations. Everybody kind of wants to be a part of it, and we're very thankful for that. We're able to do that and put this together every year for that.
Well, we'd be a little remiss in not saying how it got started. And basically, you talk about all these corporate sponsors. At one time, the only corporate sponsor pretty much coming out of your pocket.
You're pretty much. We had our little Buttermilk committee, put forth a little money and sold a few chances and sold some T-shirts and just kind of raised enough money. And of course, we had a lot of people a lot of groups and organizations that provided all our side dishes and stuff. We provided a lot of the food because this was just a big breakfast and a big afternoon meal that we had for communities to come forth. And but it's with all good things that happen to be turned out pretty good, it got bigger than us.
Well, it started turning out, I guess, start becoming a homecoming for people. They started they started coming in from all over the country.
Well, we had a lot of people that have roots in Bardstown that have been away, but they could come in and spend a 3-day weekend we started having our family reunions around this Buttermilk weekend, and you could come in and spend a couple of days and get a chance to see a lot of the people that you grew up with, or a lot of your extended families that you didn't know you had, and that brought a lot of people. And of course, the people bring their friends, and it's just kind of
word gets around. That Thursday night, there's a food buffet. Now, is that it to do with the wild meat again?
Oh,
or is
yeah,
that a little different.
Yeah, no, we still have plenty of a wild meat cookout, but we've kind of domesticated a little bit now.
A lot of people don't like turtle. I can't understand it, but
a lot of people do.
A lot of people do.
But we'll have plenty of turtle and deer and rabbit and squirrel and pheasant and quail, and we'll also have chicken and fish and pork chops and things of that nature. Like I said, we've it's gotten so big that we've domesticated it a little bit too.
Well, you got it's getting so big. You got many different tastes out there. It's August 23rd through 25th. Again, the fourth weekend of August, and be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and so that's the 3 big nights of the Buttermilk Festival. And if you know where St. Monica's Church is in Bardstown, down on South 3rd Street, that's you can't miss it because you block the whole road off. You head down that way, you're going to run into it.
Yeah, well, it's a fun-filled event, fun-filled weekend, and everyone's welcome, and we're just very fortunate to thank all our sponsors that help us with each year, and we couldn't do it without them, and we're very appreciative of that. I want to let everybody know that we're very appreciative of the support that we've had from.
Because a lot of this stuff is free. I mean, it's open to the public and free. That's a recipe for a crowd.
A big crowd.
A big crowd.
With all the good food and stuff, I always told our guys that people come a good distances for good food, but they'll even come farther for free food.
Exactly.
So that's it's just a fun-filled weekend, and with great support, and I'm sure the weather will be perfect. So it's just we just invite everyone to come out and meet your friends, meet your families, have a good time, and we all look forward to doing this every year.
Well, Bill, before you get out here, I want to congratulate you. I know you retired from the Conway Heating. You've been there. How many years were you there?
32 years.
32 years.
Over half my life.
You sold a car or two in your lifetime.
A couple.
So now you're starting a whole new career all over the Bardstown City Schools.
Well, that's kind of the way it looks. It's the car business was great for me and my family over all the years. It was great work with the Conways and Heatons and all the other people that we had the good fortune of working with over the years, and this is another chapter in my life that started.
Well, congratulate you on retirement and congratulate you on a new career.
well, thank you.
And putting on the Buttermilk Festival.
Well, I don't know about the Buttermilk Festival, but I'm enjoying what I'm doing right now at the school system, so that's good.
All right, the 24th Annual Buttermilk Festival here right downtown Bardstown. Like I said, you go down South 3rd Street, get the courthouse at South 3rd Street, drive down a few blocks, you're going to run right into it. August 23rd through 25th, Thursday through Saturday, and look up Bill. Bill, every time I've been there, Bill's usually running around there directing traffic or doing something there. So say thanks for that and enjoy yourself. So Bill, appreciate you taking the time to
Thank you for
come
having
in
us.
here and tell us about about this today, and hopefully it's a great weather and everything else.
Well, it's always been good weather, so thanks for having us, and we look forward to seeing everyone there.
Buttermilk Days. We'll see you down there on the 23rd and 20 through the 25th of August. You take care, everybody. We'll be right back in just a few minutes here on Channel 6 TV. Be right back.